Have you ever wondered what it is like to have a tiny jungle inside a glass jar, or a miniature desert full of quirky little creatures? Today, we're creating a living, breathing terrarium ecosystem with real animals. Let's get started. First off, what even is a terrarium? Well, it's like a mini world inside a glass container. You've got your soil, plants, and sometimes even small animals. It's all sealed in a glass container, which means that it's like a tiny rainforest or desert that doesn't need to be watered or fed. That's because a terrarium is a closed or open glass container that holds soil, plants, and sometimes small animals, like a tiny ecosystem on its own. Now we need to build our terrarium. We'll start by adding some gravel or stones to the bottom. This will help with drainage and give us a nice base layer. Next, add a thin layer of activated charcoal. This helps keep the environment nice and fresh. Now we can add our soil. This is where our plants will grow. We'll use a soil that retains moisture well, like peat and perlite mix. Once the soil is in, it's time to add our first plant. We're going to press this moss into the soil. Don't worry, it's totally safe for the frogs. We'll add more plants and fill in the empty spots with leaf litter. This will help hold moisture in the terrarium. Now we'll add some water. Make sure not to overwater, just enough to moisten the soil. And finally, we'll seal the container. But remember, if we add animals, we won't need to seal it. For our first animal, we're going to add some frogs. They're active and fun to watch. But we'll also add some snails, even though they're super slow. They're excellent decomposers. Plus, they're really peaceful. Now we'll introduce some isopods. These little guys are nature's way of cleaning up waste and dead material. Lastly, we'll sprinkle in some springtails. These tiny insects are great at eating mold, so they'll help keep everything nice and clean. In a healthy terrarium, you don't really need to do anything. The animals will take care of everything for you. So how does this whole ecosystem thing work? Well, the plants will produce oxygen and absorb carbon dioxide. The animals will produce waste that feeds microbes and fertilizes the plants. The water will evaporate, condense, and fall as rain, creating a natural water cycle. It's a beautiful, self-sustaining loop of life. Just imagine you're sitting there and you see the frog hopping around, the snail slowly making its way across the leaf litter, the isopods scavenging for food, and the springtails dancing about. It's like a little slice of nature's magic inside your home. But why are terrariums so amazing? First off, they're incredibly educational. Watching these tiny ecosystems thrive can teach us a lot about the balance of nature, and it's especially great for kids who love exploring the natural world. Plus, they're super low maintenance. Unlike a pet, they don't need to be walked or fed. Nature takes care of itself in a terrarium. Finally, they're beautiful and eco-friendly. Having a tiny, thriving ecosystem on your desk or shelf is a great conversation starter, and they make wonderful gifts for nature lovers. The only thing you need to do is mist it with a little bit of water whenever it looks like it needs it. Just make sure that the terrarium isn't sealed if you're adding animals. If it's closed, just crack it open once in a while to let in some fresh air. And if you see any mold or overgrown plants, it's time to give them the green thumb. Did you know that the world's oldest sealed terrarium hasn't been opened since 1972? That's incredible. It just shows how little terrariums need to be taken care of. In fact, they're like earth in a jar. They show us how ecosystems function on a smaller scale. So next time you're looking for a fun and unique gift idea, or just want to bring a piece of nature indoors, consider building a terrarium with animals. It's an experience you won't forget. Now it's your turn. Would you build a terrarium with animals? Comment below what you would put in your ecosystem. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more amazing nature videos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.